All right, let's get back to that breaking news out of Hallis Hall. There's been some major changes announced already this morning. Probably doesn't come as a major shock to those following the team closely. The team fired its offensive coordinator, Luke Getsy. We understand the quarterback's coach has also been let go. Let's check in with our very own Lou Canellis for the latest on these developments. Lou, let me start off by asking you, are these just the first couple of dominoes to fall here, do you think?
No, I wouldn't expect any more moves to be made by the front office regarding firings. I think that sweeping changes through the offense was needed for this team. I'm not surprised Matt Eberflus was given assurances that he'd be back as head coach. I believe he deserves another opportunity. I know a number of people would have liked to have seen a clean slate, the firing of all coaches with new president Kevin Warren in and Ryan Poles and the potential of a new quarterback with the #1 pick in the NFL draft. But Matt Eberflus turned around this defense, has the support of his players. You heard from Montez Sweat and DJ Moore in their exit interviews about how much they loved playing for Matt Eberflus. And he really can't be blamed for last year's 3-14 season because it was the organization's decision to gut the team so they could rebuild. So what happened last year shouldn't be on his shoulders. And this year, off to a slow start at 0-4, but the way they finished is what's most important. And the way the defense played under the direction of Matt Eberflus was most impressive this season. So I'm not surprised that Eberflus is back, nor am I surprised that Luke Getsy and a number of assistant coaches were let go.
Okay, so looking forward here, we heard earlier that there may be a news conference called a little later in the day today. What do you anticipate being said there?
So I can confirm that, yeah, the Bears have called a 3 o'clock press conference, and my expectation is that President Kevin Warren sits at the dais along with General Manager Ryan Poles. And while many were freaking the last 24 hours about not knowing any type of press conference on the horizon for the Bears or what was Matt Eberflus' standing, I actually respect the fact, and Kevin Warren, when he took the job, told us that he was going to be deliberate and consistent and take his time with decisions once the season came to an end. And there are a lot of things that needed to be discussed the last 72 hours from with this organization, especially with those in the front office after the player exit interviews. And the decisions that probably were discussed were, #1, Matt Eberflus. It's not working with your offensive coordinator, Luke Getsy. He doesn't fit the model that we have at quarterback, whether it's Justin Fields or, frankly, Caleb Williams, who potentially could be the first pick in the draft. Quarterbacks that excel when they roll out of the pocket, throw on the run, not pocket passers. Are you willing to make a change at offensive coordinator? Yes, I am. Okay, if we make the change and dismiss Getsy, then who do we bring in? And that's truly the next question. And I hope to learn what type of offensive coordinator this organization will be looking for. But, you know, here's the one difficult piece of this puzzle. By keeping Eberflus, can you go out and get the best offensive coordinator available out there? Because if this team was to take a step back and go from 7-10 to 5 wins next season, well, then Eberflus potentially could be fired along with all his coaches. So you have to find a coach, an offensive coordinator who you truly believe is going to turn around this offense and be part of a team that has a defense that is excelling right now. Maybe a Cliff Kingsbury, who was head coach at Arizona in the NFL, former quarterback in the NFL, all right, was a head coach at Texas Tech, Coach Patrick Mahomes. There is the potential there, a guy like Kingsbury, who was an assistant, I believe he was some type of advisor with USC and quarterback Caleb Williams. Maybe the Bears have already decided that they're going to go with Caleb Williams, and let's bring in the quarterback's coach from USC. A lot of things that hopefully we learn about this afternoon.
Yeah, a lot of questions we want answers to. Lou Canellis, thanks so much for your time this morning, sir. Appreciate it.